Hi, this is Campos, and today we're gonna discuss an issue that he had in school, where him and another student were involved, where the student dropped the $5 bill and Derek picked it up and took it. We're gonna apply Sigmund Freud's the theory of id, ego, and superego, and we're gonna see how we can help him in the future. Today we're gonna observe and discuss some of the theory of Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytic theory of personality. Personality is composed of three elements. These three elements of personality, known as id, the ego, and the superego, work together to create a complex human behavior. The id is the only component of personality that is present from birth. This aspect of personality is entirely unconscious and includes the instinct and primary primitive behavior. So we're going to discuss a dilemma or issue that we had with Derek Campos. Since the id already happened, which is a scenario where a student that goes to school with Derek was standing next to Derek. He pulled his homework out of his backpack, and when he pulled his homework out of his backpack, he dropped the $5 bill. His name Dylan didn't notice that he dropped the $5 bill, but Derek did, which his desire of wants and need, which is the id, took over his what he really wanted. So Derek didn't say anything to his friend when he dropped the $5 bill, but instead he waited till his friend left and picked up the $5 bill and put it in his back pocket. So since the id is done, committed, we're going to try to help Derek know what to do if another scenario comes up again by using the id, the ego, and the superego. Hi, this is Derek Campos, and today we're gonna discuss an issue that he had in school, where him and another student were involved, where the student dropped the $5 bill and Derek picked it up and took it. We're gonna apply Sigmund Freud's the theory of id, ego, and superego, and we're gonna see how we can help him in the future. Since we discussed the id already and the issue that happened already, well, now in future scenarios, we're gonna discuss with Derek what he can do, and this is part of the ego, and the ego deals with reality and try to meet the desire of the id in a way that is socially acceptable. This means that delaying gratification for you, and helping to get rid of the tension of the id feels a desire to want. The ego recognizes the other people have needs and wants too, and that being selfish is not a good way for us in the long run. So Dylan might want the money for something else. So in this scenario, what would you do now if that scenario happened again?
Even though I wanted the money, I wouldn't steal the money because I would get in trouble.
Alright, so this part we will talk about now the superego, which develops last and is based on moral and judgment and about what's right and wrong. Even though the superego may reach the same decision about something, the superego's reason for the decision is more based on moral values, and while the ego's decision is based more on what others will think or what consequence of action will be. So Derek, based on what I mentioned right now about the superego from what's right and wrong, what would you do different based on the superego, and how would you implement it if it happens again? If you found $5 on the floor, what would you do?
If I found $5 on the ground, I would return it to the office, or I would give it to whoever had the $5.
Why else do you think you should do that?
Because it's wrong to steal.
Hmm. Okay, so would you like if somebody didn't give you your money if they saw you drop $5?
No.
No, it's not, because it's not the right thing. Because you have to understand what's right and wrong, and that the person might need the money for something else. So that's kind of the basic of the id, the ego, and the superego. And the id is more of what you desire and want. The ego is to base more on the how to get to those desires, and the superego is more of what's morally right and what's right or wrong. And as you grow up, you develop what's right or wrong, okay, and to understand those situations, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is it a deal now? We have an agreement.
Yes.
Okay, give me 5.